welcome back to Reactions That Rock. I am Seth, a former radio DJ, but guess what? In the end, it didn't even matter. Today I'm doing something a little different. Normally I don't really dive too deep into the rock and roll because that's where I came from. I come from the world of rock music. I was a radio DJ in the rock music world. But I heard there's new Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park, and I have to play the Mike Shinoda, and I have to give it a spin, and I have to listen to it. I've not heard the song yet. That's how this works. I don't hear this until I play it for you. So we're going to check this out. But first, before I get into that, I actually want to share a Linkin Park story from my days in radio, and I'm talking 2000, 2001. So we're going back 20 years now when Linkin Park was a band that nobody had ever heard of before. Nobody in the world knew who Linkin Park was. And we had a show coming to town. It was a band called the Cottonmouth Kings and their buddies, the Corporate Avengers. Cottonmouth Kings had a song on the radio called Bump. It's basically about a car stereo. And the song was huge on rock radio because they put out a rock remix that really hit. And we ended up spinning that a million times, and everybody loved it. But they had an opening band with them called Linkin Park, and nobody knew what to expect from it. In fact, in going into the venue, and you work in the industry, you get to go in early, you get to do the interviews and the meet and greets with everybody and whatnot, and you're involved kind of in it. You get to feel like you're important. So I'm there in the venue. The venue is like empty except for the people that work there, the band backstage in the green room, some people just milling around, record guys, whatnot. And this kid comes up to me, and he's got flame tattoos on his hands or wrists. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, I'm hoping I can give you a copy of my tape." And I'm like, "Your what?" And he's like, "A tape." And he holds up a cassette tape in a cardboard sleeve. And on one side was a song called One Step Closer. And he says, "I was just hoping maybe, you're the radio guy. Maybe you could play this on the radio." Now, I used to host a local music show where local bands would always give me tapes, CDs, whatever, of their songs. And I used to get hit up all the time. "Hey, can you play this? Hey, would you give this a listen? Hey, would you?" And I was in a little bit of a bad mood that day. And I was so mean to the guy. I'm like, you know what? People are always giving me these things. I can't just play anybody's song on the radio. I have bosses I have to answer to. We have a formula here. I can't just take your cassette and throw it on the radio. At that time, I don't think we even had cassette players. We were spinning CDs, literally 3 CD players stacked up and just running them through a soundboard. I'm like, "Look, I'm sorry. I'll take this and I'll listen to it if you want, but I'm sorry. I can't do anything for you." And he was like, "Oh, I appreciate it, man. That's cool." And then he went to the bar that was not yet open in this venue that was not open to the public, and he buys a Miller Lite, and I remember that. And I felt so bad for being so kind of quick with this guy and a little dismissive. So I went to the bar, and I'm like, "Hey, I'll buy your Miller Lite. That's on me." And he's like, "No, you don't have to do that." And I'm like, "No, that's totally fine. And he goes, "No, the management company buys it for me." I said, "Oh, what management company?" And he's like, I can't remember what record company they were with, but he's like, "Oh, the record company, this and that." And at that point, I realized he's the opening band. Like, I thought it was just some guy that came in who lived 3 blocks away who was trying to get his band on the radio. And now I realize, okay, it's the opening band. But if you've been to concerts, the opening band isn't always fantastic either. Especially when you're the opening band for the Cottonmouth Kings. Expectations were low, okay? They get on stage. They open the show. There's maybe 300 people on the floor to see this show. The doors are open. People aren't even coming in yet. They're waiting for Cottonmouth Kings, who go on at like 9:30, so it's like 7, and nobody's there. And they put on the best live show I have ever seen in my life, okay? And I felt so small, so insignificant, and like the biggest jerk on the planet. Fast forward literally 1 week later, One Step Closer drops onto rock radio, and it's the biggest song in the country for like 6 months. So I am a jerk, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say about it. Fortunately, I've met the band a few times after that and had a chance to apologize for my behaviors. But now, years and years later, Chester is unfortunately no longer with us. I know it probably didn't matter to him, but it mattered to me that I apologized for being such a big-timing douchebag. It's just one of those things that just happens. We're not always good to everybody we interact with, and we don't always understand that maybe they're going through something that we don't understand. So, the lesson of the story here is be good to people. Thank you for listening to that story with me. I'll probably throw chapters in here for the people that don't want to hear that story. You can just jump right to this moment in time. Not the sound I thought we were going to get.
Bruises, broken in pieces, spread out till they didn't exist. Losing sight of what's decent and too righteous to know what you did. Maybe it's just survival, optimistic but blind. Maybe it's just denial, out of sight, out of mind. But it's already over and I don't even know. Looking for a window that I already closed. No matter how much I want it, how bad I've tried, nothing's there on the other side. It's already over.
Okay. When I saw that this was like 2 minutes and 42 seconds, I had a feeling it was going to come in a little bit fast and just kind of move right through. I'm digging it. It's not the sound I thought I was going to hear from Mike Shinoda, though. I got to be honest. I was expecting something a little more Linkin Parky, and obviously this has a little bit of that feel because the dude is the second biggest part of that band, and I'm not trying to discount Mr. Hahn in that experience either, but or anybody else in the band. Comment below if neither Chester, Mr. Hahn, or Mike Shinoda were your favorite person in the band. Tell me who your favorite dude in the band is or was, and just fill up the Linkin Park biography in the comments below, because obviously Chester and Mike Shinoda were the voice of Linkin Park. But I expected this to be maybe a little more like electronic, maybe, kind of that hybrid, not hybrid theory, that was 100 years ago. But, I kind of expected this to have a little bit of that Linkin Park vibe to it, the digital approach, a little bit of extra MIDI effects going on there, some boo-boo, or so, you know what it is. You're welcome for that, by the way. Go ahead and sample that, loop that, put it on an album. Take it home and make millions. But, I just expected a little more. This almost has like a pop punk feel to it. This kind of has, and somebody will tell me no, it doesn't, and that's fine. But this kind of is in the vein of like a Rise Against type song. It's like just moving fast and hard, and it's got that kind of crunchy upbeat noise to it. And even the video, I mean, this video is like fast moving, a lot of black and white with red all over. Thank you, folks. Dad jokes for days. I'm 100 years old too, so deal with it. But I mean, even this video is moving 1,000 miles an hour, so I'm digging it. We're gonna kick right back into the song. I probably won't stop it again until it's done. Obviously, I have to interrupt just a little bit, or the record companies hit me with a copyright. But we're just gonna fire this up. It's a short song, so I'll shut up and just let it ride.
Floating in between places, somewhere that the signal won't work. Hoping you could be nameless, washed off of the edge of the earth. Maybe you're just entitled, unaware of your crime. Maybe it's just denial, out of sight, out of mind. But it's already over and I don't even know. Looking for a window that I already closed. No matter how much I want it, how bad I've tried, nothing
I gotta catch my breath, man. I feel like I just did a workout in that song. Oh my god. Mike Shinoda, buddy. Good God, man. You are still going strong. You gotta be old like me. You gotta be somewhere around my age, or maybe even older. And you are killing it. I don't have the energy to keep up with you. I need a Tylenol and a nap by 8 p.m. Holy crap, dude. Okay. This was not the Linkin Park sound I thought I was gonna get from this, and I'm sure maybe if it was, they would have released it as Linkin Park. But Mike Shinoda just owned that song. If you're a casual Linkin Park observer from the old days, Mike Shinoda used to do the rapping. It was Chester that did the screaming and the emotional stuff. They kind of shared duties as they got a little bit further along in the career and the discography started building up and all. But Mike Shinoda was always kind of like the flow. He was the harmony and the flow, and Chester was the angst. And oh my, I'm picking up on a whole lot of that angst in this song. I'm digging it, man. That's a great tune. It's like 2 minutes and 42 seconds, and I want more. I really, really want more. So I'm excited to see what else is coming out. But oh my god, that is a great song. You know it's good when both your feet are tapping and you want to do air drums. And then they had that build up to the drop right there after the second chorus. Oh, beautiful. Well done. I'm a fan. I love it. I mean, I've never not liked Linkin Park. They impressed me from the day I first saw them play their instruments, and I can't. If you didn't skip ahead and you listened to my Linkin Park story, you know that I was unfortunately not as impressed as I should have been upon my first interaction meeting them. But they have won me over the years, and this just continues that. Mike Shinoda, already over. Fantastic. Unfortunately, the song is already over, and we should probably wrap this video up too. If you've enjoyed this, go ahead, hit that like button. You know I need that. It validates my existence. Go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to see these numbers climb. It makes me feel like maybe someday I can get out of this basement and on to bigger and better things as a real human being. So I got that going for me. I need those subscriptions. Again, feed my egos. Egos? Yeah, I got 2 of them. I'm that freaking egomaniacal. Also, if there's something you want to hear, something you want to see reviewed, something you got to say, go ahead, leave it in the comments. I love hearing from everybody. The good, the bad, the ugly. Be nice, be mean, be whatever. This is fun for me, man. Sometimes the mean comments, I love them too. You haven't been as mean lately, so I appreciate that. Maybe I'll have to bang out another Taylor Swift review and just watch this world turn to red real fast. But no, seriously. I love the interaction. Tell me what songs I should check out from any genre. Tell me a genre you want to hear. You want me to do opera next? To let me know, whatever it is. And until we see each other again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please rock and roll responsibly. Freeze frame.